This is Pam Wynn from the Divorced Parent Telesummit, and we have a quiz for you today on how well do you part ways. Whether there are children involved or not, ending a marriage challenges us in ways that nothing else does. The term good divorce can seem like a contradiction in terms. And yet, there are things we can do, practices we can bring into our lives that will help us navigate the big waves and roiling waters of divorce. So take the Thriving quiz and find out how many of these methods you use. Question 1. I don't hesitate to express my feelings, I just don't always communicate them to the other person. For example, if I'm angry, I might pound my bed or a pillow, or I might journal, or paint furious red canvases. True or false? Question 2. If I'm feeling hopeless or discouraged about this new phase, I seek support from a divorce coach, counselor, or positive friends. True or false? Question 3. I don't encourage others to take sides against my former spouse. Is that true or false? Question 4. I minimize change, keeping as much of the routine and rhythm of life as possible for myself and for my children. If I don't have custody, I try to maintain as many old habits and rituals with them as I can. I don't stop disciplining them or maintaining rules that have always been in force. Is that true or false? Question 5. I build a team of people to help me make good choices and hopefully less adversarial ones. Question 6. I remember that a good outcome in divorce is something both parties can live with. It's not about winning, but being able to move on independently. Is this true or false? Question 7. I use email, text messaging, or mail to communicate when talking isn't working. However, I respect that these communications don't belong at work. And I remember that the goal is not to zing the other, but to gain clarity. When children are involved, it's about fostering healthy development of the children. True or false? Question 8. I avoid talking negatively about my former spouse in front of friends and my children. I know it has a negative impact on my children and their self-esteem. And it will polarize and alienate friends who want to remain in relationship with both my former spouse and me. For you, is this true or false? Question 9. I make sure to attend to my physical and emotional needs, taking time for myself to rest and heal during this stressful period. True or false? Question 10. I don't seek to physically, financially, or emotionally hurt my spouse. True or false? Question 11. I don't hesitate to involve a mediator in negotiating post-relationship arrangements such as co-parenting or splitting belongings. True or false? Question 12. In front of my children and mutual friends, I concentrate on my ex's better qualities rather than on those that precipitated the divorce. Is this true or false? Question 13. I spend time, maybe months, taking stock of the lessons I've learned from this relationship. I do this either on my own, in my journal, or with the help of a professional like a divorce coach. True or false? Question 14. I remember the golden rule as I go about parting ways, treating my ex in the way I want to be treated. True or false? And finally, question 15. I formally recognize the closing of this chapter of my life with a ritual or ceremony, if possible with my former spouse, and if not, then by myself. Is this true or false? Now, count up how many true answers you have to these 15 questions. How did you score? If you got all 15 answers as true, you really are thriving. With 12 to 14 true answers, you're thriving in most areas, but could use a little support now and then. With 8 to 11 true answers, you have the ability to thrive, but need some guidance on just how to do that. With 3 to 7 true answers, think about how thriving could reduce your stress levels. And with 0 to 3 true answers, you're putting your kids at risk. Wouldn't it be better for them and you to thrive? You can learn more about how to thrive as a divorced parent on the Divorced Parent Telesummit. Visit us at www.divorcedparenttelesummit.com to find out about our next Telesummit speaker series.